Here we are at the top of Sheep Pasture Incline. It's got a bit breezy, hasn't it? Yeah. Right, so part 4 of our journey down the Cromford and High Peak Railway. We're starting from the top of Sheep Pasture Incline and we're heading over towards Black Rocks and ultimately towards Middleton top today. So on this episode, I think we're just going to go towards the end of the bottom of the Middleton Incline.
One or two little branches you might see evidence of that shot off as well. Might like to track down little bits and bobs.
We've reached the top of the first incline and we now enjoy a nice flat section until the next one as we thread our way between the quarries and industry high above the town of Wirksworth. If you want to know more about the history of the Cromford and High Peak Railway, have a look at the previous 3 episodes in this series, which also shows how we got to our current location.
Very busy trail, isn't it? I'm amazed how many people are out walking. Just been stood admiring the views over Cromford. I'm looking over to Matlock in the distance.
That's not natural, is it?
No, definitely a quarry.
Building a line.
All the way along the line we've been seeing stuff like this, haven't we?
Yeah.
It's
shack. Not much of a building, that, is it?
No, so what was this?
Well, does it even look like an old... It's not an old brick one, is it? I've got that blinker on. Just, I don't know.
Someone's felt the need to leave their own little mark on it. Always a shame when you see that. London and North Western Railway Company boundary posts. Surprised that's been left in there. Surprised that's not in.
No chance.
You don't think so?
No way. It's sort of barely wide enough for a tractor to go.
So right, Black Rocks. You can see we've only walked as far as there. Is that all we've done?
Yeah, but we were right down here where we started, weren't we?
Little well there. I think that's drinking water.
I don't know, I've been warned off it when I was younger.
Really?
Try it. I'll carry Camry for me.
It's making me go to the toilet. I don't know about wanting a drink. A couple of structures just on the side of the lines. Come and have a look at. Some kind of kiln. It's related to the quarry, I believe. Stack there. Bit of a narrow path it's developed into here. Sat on a ridge on the side. You can see the way it's been engineered out, and a road and a bridge going underneath there. So this is a junction then?
It was, yeah.
Main line going off in that direction. Yeah. Quarry line going off in that direction.
To the right is where we see what was known as the Killers Branch leaving our line. Dating back to 1884, it allowed the railway to access the Middleton Quarry. This part of the railway wasn't really known as a passenger carrying railway, although there was a station on this junction for a very short period.
Another little interesting thing. I am going to come back and do this as a separate video because I want to come and have a proper, not got time today, but a proper little look. This is in my words out, the Steeple Grange Light Railway. Looks like from the opening hours I'm losing time to get down here and see that. Little light industrial railway there. Let's go in and have a butcher's. Oh, look how buckled that track is down there. We'll go down and have a look at that. Quaint little setup, isn't it? A Ruston loco. Oh. See the line going off, see under the bridge.
As I say, I do want to come back and visit this very interesting little railway, but that will now have to wait until it reopens next year. The narrow gauge Steeple Grange Railway is built on that Killers branch we spoke about a short time ago.
Let's see this, see if I can reach over and show you. London and North Western Railway War Memorial. Really steep curves, isn't there, on this section? It's the National Stone Centre just on the left hand side. Take a step back 300 million years at the National Stone Centre. Right, 3/4 of a mile to go. What we got down here, just on the side, I think it was a little quarry branch, what we can make out from the maps. Wow, it's a little.
That looks like it's been done, but this one might not have been. Look.
Little pocket of
Narrow gauge, is it?
time capsule. What is it here? I was going to say, is this full? And the rails look full size, don't they?
That looks like it's a check rail.
Yeah. There's no parallel rails still in place, is there?
So this was some kind of shipping point. I've seen a picture, I think the line was a siding on top of that shelf, and there was some kind of machinery taking stuff off and putting them down here for some reason. I don't know why. That looks like a track bed a bit, but I think it deceived me and it isn't. Looks like a dead end, doesn't it, there?
Let's go and have a look.
But there's another bit of track there, look.
Yeah. That looks like it might be more in place.
Might have been a crane that went up and down. You never know, do you? And that looks like it's always been there. Well, is it drilled into the ground? Looks like it.
Sun.
Yeah, that looks like it might always have been there.
What are these? Are these wagons?
Well, at first glance I thought they were, but I'm not so sure now. This could be narrow gauge ones.
They are indeed. Look, they're little, like tubs. Little
that might
tubs.
be what runs on these rails then, 'cause they didn't look narrow gauge.
Yeah. Somebody's using it as some kind of dog poo bin now. Horrific. This one as well. They've got some concrete. It's just concrete in there, look. Reinforced concrete, just set. I wonder if here's one upside down here without the wheels. Without the wheels on. See little bits like this that you see that adjoin these trails that you see them on the Monsell Trail, don't you? Little places like this, you'd never think. I mean, I wouldn't, if it wasn't for being with Phil, I wouldn't have deviated off the main line. But great little finds. Need to do a little bit more investigation with the maps when I'm sat down in better signals, because this looks like a platform edge here, doesn't it? You would think from first glance, and possibly, we don't know, a narrow gauge industrial line trucks are or something, to load it onto the full scale train, because it just comes off the little branch off the main line just in front here.
This map shows the lines in the quarry. As we suspected, a spur leaving our main line into what looks like a platform area. Then another line that may have been used for those narrow gauge trucks possibly, which crosses perpendicular to the sidings. A fascinating little pocket of history.
Mystery, but that's part of the fun sometimes.
We quarried along here, look, and just filled them up and took them back up.
Yeah, that's a track bed down there. My first thoughts when I saw photographs of these, I didn't know this is where it was. I thought it was like a wagon or a tub buried or something, but
You know what's under all that foliage, we can't see.
no. I don't think I'd want to stand on there. Well, water tank, isn't it, that? We're on the search for the top of an incline as well on the left hand side here.
I think that's it. There, look, off it goes.
All right, in here.
Yeah. Then goes around the corner and drops down, but I think it's the top of it's been quarried away, which is why you can suddenly see it looks like it's just disappearing. Look. And it swings right and drops. There, look, it's shown there as being operational, look, so you can just look at that.
Just north of Wirksworth, that's where we are.
Connected. So why did they build it then?
So this is the point where the incline, the Wirksworth branch,
Yeah.
is that the Ecclesbourne Valley Railway? Is that what they're referring to?
That's
there,
where it goes to the end, where Ravenstall platforms are. This meets that, and this is what they mean, yeah, the Wirksworth branch, yeah.
Right, but there's no evidence that they were ever connected.
This map shows what's going on at this location. So we're here looking down towards Wirksworth and another incline coming up from Ravenstall. But as we'll see in a moment, quarry workings has severed the path of the line. We've got a whole host of quarry lines, inclines and tramways in the valley below us.
So we stood in the junction. He says on that thing there was no evidence that the lines were ever connected, but on the map it did show a junction. I'm seeing a little bit of contradiction there.
Well, they must have had some attention, because they wouldn't have blasted all this out.
No, it definitely feels like there's an apex of two railway lines joining each other. So this is the top of that said incline that we've just been looking at on that on the notice board there. I see what you mean. A sheer drop. It just stops, doesn't it, and goes off the edge.
I mean, there is a path there, but I think that's been put to the side. Look here. I think it ran along here and it's been quarried out. Look, 'cause it's so old.
Yeah, straight down there.
So if they're thinking of putting this back in, they'll have to come up this side, won't they? Where there's a path.
It's yeah, it does. It's difficult to see though. It's a little bit it's dirty or eroded.
Oh, you can't make any tell of that.
So we're just getting to the bottom end, the Middleton Incline now. There's more of these, exactly the same as we saw, isn't it, at Sheep Pastures, with the wheel underneath. underneath there.
Not been as kept though as well as that one.
But before we crack on with, now it is definitely a little bit more. Look at the size of the beams. They're huge, aren't they? Before we do crack on though with the next episode, before we leave here, there's some other things. There's been a lot of things happening in this last few hundred yards coming at us. Lines going off, little bits of quarries. A lot more questions than facts, I think it's fair to say. So yeah, a lot of information being coming at you. We've got another branch line going off to the left that went off to another excuse me, another series of quarries and down to Wirksworth. Straight through the nettles. You've got the right idea with trousers.
Yeah, you can see a little bit. It went straight through there, looked past them buildings and went round to the left. And then went into what I think were High Peak Quarries, I think, Wirksworth around the corner.
And there is the next incline just hidden off there in the distance under the trees. So that's the end of episode 4. The section between the top of Sheep Pastures Incline and the bottom of Middleton Top Incline. So yeah, interesting, a lot of little interesting things, weren't they, to find on there. A couple more things I'll have to plug in when I get back and I've done a little bit more research. So we'll see you on the next section. We've got a nice hill to climb. Cheers for watching, see you soon.